Back in the day, each all-male rap crew featured its own first lady. Bad Boy had Lil' Kim, Rough Riders had Eve, Young Money had Nicki Minaj, so forth and so on. But today, it's ladies first, as the women have boldly moved from the sidekick to the spotlight. There seems to be more diversity among female rappers than ever before. With a range of styles, looks, and lyrical content, how did female MCs create space in the game to be more than just eye candy? And what challenges still exist? We explored that and more with some of the new kids on the block, while also showing love to some of the pioneers. This is Complex Conversations. All hail the queens, the women changing the face of rap, with your host, Speedy Mormon.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to ComplexCon. We are in Long Beach, California. My name is Speedy Mormon, and I'll be moderating this panel today. It's called Women Changing the Face of Rap. Admittedly, this moderating chair is for a woman. It's for Angie Martinez. Unfortunately, she could not be here with us, so you guys have to see my face instead. I'm sorry, but we are celebrating women in hip-hop today. Obviously, women do a lot for this game, and so it's only right that we give them some of the acknowledgement that they deserve, all right? You guys excited? We ready? All right, so first up, I would like you guys to help me bring to the stage Kamaiyah. Next, everyone please join me in welcoming Rico Nasty. Thirdly, we have a Miami legend. Please join me in welcoming Trina. And last but certainly not least, please join me in welcoming Evie. We have Eve. How are you guys? You guys excited? Everybody ready? Well, obviously, thank you all for joining us. Obviously, this is a celebration of women, and so we're very, very happy and honored to have you all here. Trina and Eve, you two came up in the late 90s, early 2000s. Can you kind of speak to, we'll start with you, Trina, maybe some of the challenges you felt in the hip-hop community coming up at that era?
I mean, of course, you know, it was very male-dominated. So I think when I came in, it was only a few of us. It was Eve, there was Missy, Brad, Kim, all of these women. We kind of, it was, we stuck like in the same together more. So it was easier to like, you know, do whatever we wanted to do. We hung out, we had fun. Yeah. We kind of like pushed the door, and we didn't really care about who said we couldn't do what, whatever the dudes. We felt like we could get on the same stage as the dudes could get on and still do the same thing, even better. Because we're going to look better, we're going to rock out better, and everybody really come to see the women anyway. Mm-hmm. So therefore, we just had that kind of thing. But you know, it is effective, especially when you come in. Of course, myself, I came in around like Trick and a lot of guys, as well as Eve came in around a lot of guys. So it's really dominant, it's really challenging, and you really gotta like stand your feet down in the ground to go against these guys. You're the only girl in the crew. So you know, you gotta make sure you hold your weight. And you know, once you break through that, then it's like, you feel like you can do whatever.
That's so true. I agree, I feel the same. I think I always say to people that for me, being with Rough Riders was hip-hop boot camp. Like, they treated me, I was baby sis, but I wasn't treated any differently than the dudes. I had to hustle as hard as they did. If they was in the studio 24 hours, I was in the studio 24, 27. Like, whatever happens, like, let's go. Like, but I also was lucky because of the dudes. I think we both were. We were really lucky with the guys that held us down. Like, you know, so.
For sure. Rico, Kamaiyah, you two are obviously coming up now. The 2010s, we're pushing 2020, so even the 2020s. What are some of the challenges you two face in this era of hip hop?
I feel like we have more independency. Like with them stating how they came in, we didn't have to come in like that. Like, you know, like back in the days, it was like a cliche where you had to stand by a male. Now it's like women are like, fuck y'all, we doing what we want to do. And y'all gonna have to come with us or we gonna move against y'all. And it's like they bowing down and letting us do what we want to do and allowing us to live free range. So it's like a whole different era of music.
I feel like I can say for my shit specifically, like I don't have like a gang of guys that co-sign or I do my shit all by myself. And the guys that I do work with, I mean, my manager is my boyfriend. So there's always a guy somewhere in there.
I think I love that that now, like you said, like ladies can just come in and do their own thing. It is such a beautiful, beautiful thing, because I think there was a span of time where it went from us being with dudes to where there was no one, because people thought that you needed a dude. So that's why I feel like it took so long. So it's a great place to be right now.
Absolutely.
The internet helped a lot with that too, though.
Definitely.
Because you create your own fan base outside of what people think you should have.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't have to stand by this male in my region anymore, because
Absolutely.
I can stand on my own too in my own region. If you fuck with me, you gonna fuck with that.
If you don't.
Absolutely.
Or even just being able to reach people
Beyond your
beyond that. Like, I remember I'm from Maryland. My first song blew up in California. That's thanks to the internet. Like, shout out to the internet. But what she said is so true. Like, for such a long time, it's like you needed that. It's like you needed the guys and you needed because it fucking looks cool as shit. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it looks amazing. It looks like what you said, it looks cool, but I'm sure that shit was probably...
It was a lot.
Yeah, it's
It's a lot. It was a lot. Yeah.
Trina, do you see a difference in the way hip hop receives women MCs?
Absolutely. I just think that you just got to be strong. You know what? It doesn't matter how they perceive you. Doesn't matter who like you, who don't like you. As long as you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. And you just have to push for that. I mean, it's a time when women was always low bargain and always on the back burner. But I mean, women always kept pushing through. You cannot do this without women.
Yes,
They're gonna always be somewhere coming through, pushing up. And now women are more dominant in the game now than it was ever before, because, like you said, you don't need. There's no cosign. There's no guys. There's no camps. There's no the cliques where there's all the guys and one girl. Now it's the girls is the cliques, the girls is the camp, the girls coming in doing their own thing, and they're blowing up just by being on the internet. Not even signed, not even on no label, no major, anything. You just know them because they just grind on the internet, and that is immaculate that's happening right now. So I really, really appreciate like that for right now, because I'm like, dang, you look on the internet, you see so many girls, you have no idea where they're coming from, and they just all over the internet, you know? And when you look different coaches, different genres, I mean, I love that.
Yeah. I think people are way more welcoming. Definitely. I think there's not that question, because going back to what we said about the whole dude thing, it was like, oh, well, who she fuck with? Who she signed to? Who she hang out with? Like, it's not that anymore. It's like, oh, damn, let me just hear what she's doing. Or if she's, like, you're attracted to the individual. Like you said, we're all individual. And I think it's just, it's totally different now. It's totally different now.
Totally different.
Yeah.
There was some controversial statements said by Jermaine Dupri about women MCs. He said that he's sick of strippers rapping and stuff like that. When you hear men speak on your craft in this way, your reaction is what? This question is for all of you guys. Because obviously it's very, very incorrect.
What gives you the merit to speak on our art and our craft? Unless you in my room writing my reps, your opinion is not validated. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I couldn't take offense to that, because at the end of the day, even if she was a stripper, that was her start. At the end of the day, she's an entrepreneur. She hustled her way out of that, and now she's an entertainer and a mogul. So for you to try to devalue her as a man, that speaks volumes of your characteristics and your narcissism.
For sure.
So
and I think he was speaking beyond just Cardi B, right? He was saying, or his statements that he said were that women all rap about the same thing.
And they don't rap about trapping and the same thing.
Same
so what's the
shit.
difference?
Right.
I felt like it was the same thing.
No, this is what we need.
You come in from where you started. You rap about what you see. You rap about what's going on in your hood. You rap about your struggles. You rap about your family, breakup, heartbreak, death, whatever is in your life, whatever you see. When you was in the house, when the lights was going off, when you was in the house, you couldn't feed yourself, your mama couldn't pay the rent, whatever was happening, that's your story. So who's somebody to say that you can't rap about that? You may have to strip at 16, 17, 18 to do what you got to do. Who's to say you can't rap about that? Because now you're rapping. I'm telling my story.
My story.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, and it's authentic. Rico, you had something?
I was about to say the same fucking thing.
Say it in your words, though. Let's hear it.
How you gonna tell people they can't tell their story? How you gonna tell people they can't talk about their life, whether that's they like to fuck, or they like to party, or they like to do drugs, or they talk about smacking bitches. Like, people talk about whatever the fuck they want to. And I feel like it's so crazy. It's so crazy that he really said that shit out of his mouth, because like, I don't understand why it bothers them so much.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a genre for it. Like, it's a fan base for that, or these people wouldn't be where they are.
I mean,
so clearly it's connected.
Yeah.
Thousands of people are listening to this shit.
Yeah, my thing is just like, if I don't like Chinese food, I'm just not going to consume Chinese food.
Exactly.
And so if...
But are you gonna get on, like, do an interview and
No,
like, just...
I'm not going to be like, oh, Chinese food, I just won't consume that. So for me...
Are you gonna tweet about it?
No. That's what's confusing. Why not just not consume what you don't like? Isn't it as simple as that?
Yeah.
It's very simple.
I
There's
just
so
feel
much.
like if you're not a girl, you don't get it. Ever.
For sure,
You
and I'm
never
not going
get
to
it.
act like I know what it would be like to be in your shoes, but as a man, if I'm Jermaine Dupri, if I don't like something, I don't like it. I'm not going to go out of my way to try to shun that. It just doesn't make much sense to me.
No,
Right.
not at all.
Right.
How do you guys, how do you each individually deal with like these negative things that people toss your way, be it like negative people speaking on the internet? How do you guys power through that to still be the independent women that you
I
are?
don't give a fuck.
Is it just
I
as simple
really
as
literally
ignoring?
don't. I swear. I think people that know me, especially in my circle, like I'm not that person. I really don't care. I just don't actually have the energy. I don't care. Like, I really
I'm like, I don't care.
Same way.
I have no energy to care. I don't care what you say, whatever. I don't care.
Right.
I don't. I don't.
And it's funny because I'm
Mad,
sure
I
people
don't.
are like, come on, you know, like,
No,
yeah.
I don't care.
Really, especially if it's
Yeah.
negative and it's bullshit and
don't
it's
care.
just to tear me down or
Yeah.
just for no reason.
Yeah.
I can't pay attention to it. I just won't.
Because then you get caught up and sucked up and distracted into that, and
Yeah.
you can, like, realistically, we're human, so you can really find yourself in like a caring war
Yep.
with the internet, and then
Yep.
you'll be sitting up there 4 or 5 hours arguing with a bunch of fake pages, a bunch of people that have celebrities as their profiles. I don't have time to be arguing with you, baby. You're not even a real person. I'm not gonna do that. Let me just go on and mind my business, because you obviously sitting behind your little phone or your computer. You are miserable. You have no life. You have nothing to do. Life cannot be that bad.
Yeah.
I don't have time to care for that.
That's real.
No.
I love it.
I feel like it's like a 24-hour window too, right? Because
Right.
I can be under scrutiny right now, but if Rico do something in the next 20 minutes, y'all ain't gonna give a fuck about what I did. So it's that quick.
Attention span is so short.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you gotta just ignore it because it's gonna blow over that quick. Soon somebody else do some dumbass shit, that quick you don't matter.
It's true.
Now that you say that, I feel like we should come up with a chain.
Exactly.
So if one of us fuck up, we just call the other one, all right, it's your
Don't turn
turn.
the fuck up.
Yeah, right.
You got 30 minutes.
Don't even.
I mean, there's always a few people that trickle in there and they get that shit out of you because you're just like, who are you? Like, who the fuck are you? But after that, you realize, yeah, it is just a bunch of little bots. To me, that's kind of weird. I watch a lot of Black Mirror.
Yeah. Same.
Like, really, you made a different page on a different page inside of another page on another phone?
That's nuts.
That's crazy. How you even got that many emails?
Yeah, that's nuts.
This nigga is.
Facts, though. Facts. Also, a lot of time on your hands. Even Trina, this one's for you guys. When you see the era of hip hop today, right? You see, the Meg Thee Stallions, the City Girls, the Kamaiyahs, the Ricos, the Young M.A.s. What do you feel? Is it excitement? Do you feel pride?
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's exciting as hell.
Yes, it's like, yay,
Yes.
fucking shit. We
Thank you.
won,
Somebody
thank
can
you.
say what I feel,
Women,
yes.
like seriously,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. We've been waiting for
so
female
long.
voices. It's been so, to me, hip hop has been, for many years, one-sided dick-sided.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of dicks
Yeah.
for a long time, and we need a female voice. We needed the female voice, so it's a beautiful thing, and I'm actually honored and happy to be here with
Yes.
you two young ladies.
Different
Like this
female
is
voices.
different
Different, yes.
female voices. Like it's great. It's great. We need to celebrate it.
I love it.
Trina,
I'm
yeah.
excited. It excites me. I told her already. They know, like, you just get so excited because you feel like it's being rebirthed. You feel like you can feel the energy. You get to see it. You get to see everybody from different places, wherever you're from. Like, you get to see it merge together, and it's unity. And it's not just one or two or three. It's
Right.
so many girls,
Yes.
like from all over. So it's like a mob, of new vibes, of new genre of music, of new feelings and waves and emotions and all this shit you're talking. And that's what we love.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Are there specific artists that you guys are really rocking with right now, aside from just Rico and Kamaiyah?
Right.
Shit, I'm rocking with all. Like
Yeah,
I like.
me too.
I mean, Kamaiyah already know. I mean, I first.
She's
met
the
her
first person
at
I
one of
met
my
in the business.
concerts. It was so crazy. Turned up. She just came on the stage and just rocked out. So I was so on her from then, and I was like, where you from? Way from Oakland. So it was just one of them kind of things. You meet somebody, and that vibe. You just never. I've been rocking with her. Like you just never let that vibe go. So every time I see like anybody that's new, like the City Girls, they from Miami. So that's like another part of me. When I see them come up, is almost like unsurreal, And then you got everybody else. I give them props of doing their thing because it's new, it's innovative, it's different, it's fly. It's a whole new. It kind of like revived our wave. It just made
100%.
females be like, excited again. It's like
Yeah.
it's, besides just guy. So
Or besides just one or two.
or one or two girls.
Like,
and there's
thank
nobody
God
else.
it's not just the one or two. Like,
love that.
Yeah.
Kamaiyah, can you share the story with us about how you and Trina met for the first time?
I thank God that I actually met her when I first did because I feel like she brightened my perspective on how a female should embrace another, woman in the business. It was very welcoming. It was. I always tell her.
That's Trina.
She was.
It wasn't set the scene for us.
So listen, she had a show at New Parish in Oakland, and somebody brought me to meet her. And I always tell her like, nigga, I fuck with you because you was hella ghetto, you was smoking your weed and your soul food. And I never forget that shit because she gave me love. So it's like now when I meet other females, she set the tone for me for how you bitches is supposed to respect another woman.
Real shit. Real shit.
And that's just what it is. She gave me so much love that I expect any other icon to give that because she wasn't insecure or inferior about somebody else doing what they do in the business.
Right.
And that speaks volumes of her
That is true.
characteristics. So I respect you for that.
But that's Trina. That's how we met. That is Trina though. Like you have always been, even when we first was coming up. I'll never forget that I asked, you remember how I was in Miami, I was mad as shit. And Trina came through and treated me like, yo, this is my city, you need anything? Let me know. Like that's just who she is, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I fuck with that.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rico, Eve just kind of spoke about it, but there's often this fake notion that there can only be room for maybe one or two women in hip hop. When you hear that, what does that make you feel?
What does it make me want to do or feel?
Yeah, how do you react to that? Obviously it's not true, but how does that make you feel?
It makes me sad because there's so many girls out there that probably still believe that shit. Like, and they're probably so good, and they probably just sit in the house and just doubt themselves all day. Like, it's so many girls right now. Like, I could probably never, bitch. Shut up. Like, if there was ever a time, this is like the time. It's really fire. Like, I mean, just walking in a room and everybody's not all like, what are you up to? It's like so much other stuff going on. There's so many other girls like doing different shit, different styles. It's amazing to be a part of it. And I don't ever think that it should go back to it being just one.
Never.
I agree.
This question is for all of you. Some people in the music industry say that this is the golden age for women rap. Do you all disagree? Do you agree? Do you think there's another era?
I know.
Hell no, if they didn't do what they did, then there wouldn't be no us. So how the fuck can somebody even open their mouth to say that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think
Right.
this is not my statement.
I get what you're saying, but I'm
It's not my statement.
the internet
So I ain't
always
about to
has
die on
these
this
statements,
hill.
but I feel like honestly, it's a disconnect for the people who paved the way for us now.
Sure.
It's no respect, and I don't respect that. I feel like the internet will completely dissipate the creators of the craft. Like, no, if Trina didn't do her, Eve didn't do her, how can me and Rico sit here? So you can't just say this is the golden era. The 90s was the golden era because y'all created the blueprint for what the fuck we doing now. We just switched it and put our own take on it.
Eve, is the 90s the golden era of women rap?
I mean, for me though, I look back at the people who made it happen for us.
that's how
Like
I
I look at Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, like MC Light,
Yes.
even
I
Kim
respect the
and
elders.
Foxy,
Yes,
and
yes.
like for me, I go back even. So you always gotta respect those few people that chipped away,
Yeah.
so you could fucking break it through.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
always, you know.
How about you, Rico? Was the 90s the golden era? Is now the golden era?
This is embarrassing. I was born in 97.
That's okay, though. That's okay. That don't mean that couldn't have been.
Damn, Rico.
I'm like shit.
I know, right?
But you wanna know something? My mom is always like, had the most fire, exquisite. I mean, like even up till now, my mom always put me on the new music, and I definitely remember listening to Eve and listening to Trina. Well, I wasn't supposed to listen to Trina. I was listening to Trina on my own time, but yeah, if it wasn't for them talking they shit, it would never make me feel like I had a voice at all. Like, bruh, it's fire hearing girls talk about shit that you like and shit that you want to do and bags you like. It's like, bitch, I want to buy that. I want to talk about that. Okay. Put me on, what's up? Like, how can I do that? Like, if it wasn't for them doing that, and if it wasn't for them, the way they dressed, the videos, bro, it's much more than just the music. It was everything. It was the brands you guys decided to wear. Like, some of this shit, like, honestly, I don't know how y'all were visionaries in a time where so much shit was new. Like, the fashion, everything, the hairstyles, like...
Kamaiyah, who did you grow up
with? Some of that shit though. Like,
I know, like, huh?
Girl.
Everybody. I can't just pinpoint one person, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like a person who studies the culture and understands it, and I embrace everything that comes with it. So, of course, I listen to these two. I listen to Missy. I listen to Brad. Songstresses actually sounds like a West Coast album to me, so I think I listen to that a lot more than anything, because Brad looked like she from LA. If you look at her cover, she had on the flannels, everything, so. Shit, I listen to everything.
I'm curious as to what you two think hip hop would look like. Hip hop, not just women in hip hop, but just hip hop would look like without Trina and Eve.
Oh, that's a big question.
I mean, I feel like it probably wouldn't be a City Girls if it wasn't a Trina, right?
Right, real shit.
That's being realistic, and I feel like Eve kind of like reminds me of like the lane that Dej and other people like pathed out. So it's like it wouldn't have been that either if it wasn't for Eve. So it's like you gotta embrace what they did for us, or we just living a lie.
Rico, how about you?
I felt, well, me personally, I feel like if it wasn't for Eve, bro, like, I had some really bad shit happen to me. I tried to bleach my hair. All my hair wound up getting all, like, fucked up. No, I swear, this is the worst shit ever. My hair got really fucked up. And I tell this story a lot, but y'all probably don't know, but that's why I wound up having to cut all my hair off. And I just remember when I cut my hair, I'm like, what? Who has short hair? Like, I'm like bitching about it, crying about it. And I sat and watched a bunch of Eve videos. And I knew, I was like, all right, that's the face. That's what I'm giving, okay? Like, seriously, that's crazy that I'm even in the room with you. Like, my friends are sitting somewhere in the crowd and they're probably like, bitch, she was talking about this. And I can't believe she right here.
That's dope.
That is.
Even Trina, we're in an era now where I think people are beginning to remember that it's important to give their flowers to those while they're still here. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of people in hip-hop and in music. How does it feel to be at a stage in your career where you begin to receive your flowers?
It's beautiful, but it's also like, fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, but why that negative feeling?
It's a beautiful thing, definitely, but it's also like, wow, like, because now I can't speak for both of us, but I'm sure, like, everything that's happened, all the life that we lived and everything that we did is still just like yesterday.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing, all the memories, all that shit. So it's weird almost when you wake up like, oh shit, I'm there, right? I'm there. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. But at the same time, I feel grateful and honestly, I feel blessed.
Absolutely.
You know?
I feel the same. I feel honored. I feel blessed. I feel grateful. I feel the best in my time now than before. I feel I'm more wiser. I know more. Some of the shit I did way then I would not do right now. And you just learn from that though. But it kept me grounded. It made me to be able to keep my foot down and to be able to be here right now if I wasn't that person then, if I wasn't following those rules or doing those things. And I mean, you know, receiving flowers then, but even to receive them now, and you can appreciate it. You understand why you're getting them. And so many other people are willing to give them to you because they're looking up to you and respecting. Like all of that is like the best feeling ever.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't take that away.
You can take it in.
Yeah, you could take it all in and just like, wow. It'd be like, wow, like it's really a wowing.
It is.
Yeah, it's a real thing, wow.
This question is for all of you. I'm curious as to if you could all just share a moment in your career. It could be early on, it could be in the middle, it could be now, it could be whenever. A moment where you all felt finally validated. Maybe a moment that you felt like, I'm here now. Wow. I made it. This is for all of you.
That's a big question.
We're here to talk big things, man.
No, because you know what? For me, it's not one moment. It's not one. There's no one moment that was like, for me, it's many moments. And up until where I am now, it's many, many moments. The fact that I can still perform that people with no music out, like that always bugs me the fuck out sometimes. Where like, yo, can you come to this spot and do this? And I'm like, I swear to God, sometimes I'm like, really though? That is huge to me because of what I was able to do before. Like I every single day I wake up, I do the same thing. I look out the window and I say, thank you God for this beautiful day. Because that's how seriously grateful I am of my whole fucking journey. Literally, every day.
Trina, was there a moment for you?
A lot of moments. It's way more moments than I can say to even say one. Because again, like what Eve said, when you've been in the business this long and just we're gonna skip past recently putting out new music, but for so many years I performed for 9 years with no music, nothing new. It's just the same songs that you heard from when they came back out in the early 90s. And when you hit the stage, everybody are reciting these songs like they came out yesterday. That's like insane. Sometimes it's overwhelming sometimes. I'm looking in the crowd like, where does people come from? Like, I remember this stuff word for word. Like, some of y'all shouldn't even know this stuff, but it's like, it's shocking, and it's still like it was 1998 all over again. Yeah. So to me, all of those moments, I take them in, and it's like breathtaking, and it's when you hit the stage, when you out somewhere, when you invited to any place, and people giving you these type of, platforms or whatever, these are the moments that you just don't, all of them are the same moments. All of them are appreciated. All of them are overwhelming. And they're just like grateful. I would never like want to take away none of these moments, none of these opportunities, none of these, anything, all these memories, I take them all, and it's like not one. It's so many. It's memory after memory after memory. Seems like it was yesterday, but this is 20 years of memories. 20 years of moments, 20 years of things that you felt like you've done. When I was performing on stage with Jay-Z, that was like, you're on stage with Jay-Z. R. Kelly's cut off the tour. You on stage. What? Jay-Z, I'm on stage. That's a moment. Like, I hit the Beyonce stage. I'm on the stage, the Beyonce stage. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be on this part. I done danced all the way down to this catwalk. If you don't get off this catwalk, and like, that was a moment. All of those things are like moments you take in, and you remember, like, when you're doing certain things, like, you cannot not accept all these moments and say you're so grateful and overwhelmed and thankful, because they will probably never repeat themselves. But they're all your memories. They're all a part of your journey, and they're gonna last you until the day you leave this earth.
Yes.
And even
Rico?
I was gonna say, and even beyond that, like, you guys are fucking timeless.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Like, timeless.
Thank
like,
you.
That feeling that you talking about, like, not putting out music and going to shows probably overseas, probably all these crazy places that they know. That is that's probably the best.
When you're in another country,
beautiful.
and you're thinking, how do you guys know my music? Do
It's
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying? It's insane. It's an overwhelming feeling. It's so grateful.
Yeah.
For sure. Rico, is there a moment for you in your career thus far? Maybe because it's a little fresher, you can think of one?
I don't know. I guess just the little simple shit that made me feel like I guess I'm famous now. Just, my mom, helping my mom get a nice house.
Yeah.
That's major.
That's big.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like one of those things I try to tuck under, because I know my mom, she likes to be, she don't want everybody to know that type of stuff, but I try to. I'm just
beautiful thing.
very supportive of my family. Like, I love my family and I love my friends a lot. And just being able to take them with me cool places and travel the world with them, I feel like is what, like, anytime we're in a foreign country and we're all together, I just be like, this is crazy, guys. We come from a place where people don't even make it past the East Coast.
Yes,
Real
absolutely.
shit.
Like, East Coast people are weird. We're like, we try our best not to, like, it's so crazy, but I'm about to move out here, just a heads up. I love California.
Maya, how about you? Was there a moment that you realized that you were here?
I mean, it's several. I'm from Oakland, so you gotta understand, like, it ain't too many of me, it's only one. So it's like, shit, that speaks volume itself. I'm the first female from my culture to ever penetrate as big as I did.
Wow.
I got XXL freshman. The biggest fucking moment is a nigga like me got to do Coachella. I'm from Oakland, that is unheard of.
That's right.
Yeah. And I cannot sweep this under the fucking rug. I got a commercial with LeBron James, goddamn it. This is so good.
Yeah. It don't get no
That's
greater than
amazing.
that. Wow. Complex.
Huge. It ain't even a flex.
Complex.
I gotta let it know my culture. Like y'all gotta understand. I'm
No,
from
it's
Oakland.
important.
It don't happen. I'm from Oakland.
This is important. Eve, Trina, Kamaiyah, this is for the three of you because Rico kind of spoke on it. But what kind of fueled you or fuels you now and throughout your career to want to keep pushing?
For me, I think it's just just being passionate. It's more so the fans, because it's like a bunch of kids of mine or something. I don't know. It's one of those kind of things, a weird feeling, like when you just wake up and sometimes I'm in the greatest mood or whatever I'm feeling, but when you see like this energy that comes from these people that are like, I call them family, like, because they follow, they write me, they say little things, and when I respond back to you, that feels connected more to me, and that's what gives me so much energy, so much drive. It brings me up at my worst times, believe it or not. I could be going through whatever, and my family, extended family, fans, they really is the ones that give me the fire to push past anything that's like in my way, anything that I feel like I can't make it through, I could find it in them.
Great.
Yeah.
So the fans. Eve, you?
I'm just like, I can't sit still. But one piece of early advice I got really, really early on from Dr. Dre was never be complacent.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's been something that I always hear. It's like burned into my brain and I can't stop. I just,
Yeah.
I don't like, if I'm complacent, you die, you bored. I can't. Yeah.
Kamaiyah?
I feel like I'm a light worker. So for my platform, I feel like it's always to inspire the other girls sitting back home that don't feel like she can.
Yeah.
Just because of me not conforming or doing what society tells me I should be, look like, sound like, I feel like that's my whole thing. It's like, oh, you can be you. Just do your shits. And the people that's gonna fuck with you regardless. And that's what I keep trying to press on.
Absolutely.
Like, just do your shits. Just do your shit.
Do your shit.
Absolutely.
Eve, a moment, at least that comes to mind for me, I don't know where it ranks for you, is winning a Grammy. I'm
Yes.
curious as to what that felt like.
That was honestly one of the biggest moments ever because when I was in high school, I was kind of bad. So I didn't get to walk down the aisle. My mom, I was like, I'm my mom's only child at that point, and I didn't get a chance to walk down the aisle. She never got to see me take my diploma. I did graduate, but I had to go to summer school. So for me, when I won that Grammy, it was like, and my mom was with me, to me that was like, so she could breathe a sigh of relief. Like,
Right.
I know I didn't go to college. I know I didn't do anything normal. I told you, thank you for holding me down while I did this music shit, but look where I'm at now. And walking down that whole fucking way up to the mic, that was for her.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Literally. Like,
I remember that.
I'm good.
I don't want to skip past this because this is important. Can you tell me the moment, if you remember, that you found out that you were even nominated? And then we'll get to
I don't remember the moment. I remember being mad that my shit wasn't televised though. I was like seriously, because at that time I was mad that why can't this be a bigger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy to get my Grammy, but I remember more that than remembering when I got told.
So then in the moment though, when you found out that you won the Grammy, the feeling of emotion was...
I mean, that it was a rush of, I think, if I think about it now from that time, a rush of, I knew I was gonna make it because it was really hard. Like really fucking hard, like to get to do music, to be in this business. It was hard as shit. And for me, the way that I won the Grammy with the song that I won the Grammy for, people were telling me that was never going to work.
happen.
And it was the one song that I wrote my entire self, the hook, everything. So that was like, this is now me. I took a chance on me because, I always write my verses, but I was lazy on hooks. So I never used to write. I'd be like, I don't feel like writing a hook. And this time, it was the one song that I did every stitch of every word. And that was huge.
Did it feel better to be able to tell those people, or not even tell them, maybe they heard it on their own?
Right.
The people that told you that it would never work, did it make it feel that much sweeter?
I didn't need to say nothing once you got
Right,
the
it
Grammy.
spoke
What
for
you got say? Once after that, it was validation that, oh, she does know what she's talking about. And that's all I think I've ever wanted. I always, and to this day sometimes feel like the underdog and felt like the underdog in the sense that because we came up in a male-dominated place, that could be music, or even when you go into a room to pitch an idea. Like, yo, I was thinking da-da-da-da. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's not gonna work. So I always had that, that underdog feeling. And yeah, it was just a confirmation.
Trina, I'm curious. A lot of people in hip hop say that they don't care. I'm curious if you do. Do you care at all about winning awards? I mean, you've won awards, but do they matter?
I mean, not that it doesn't matter. I wouldn't say that it don't matter. I don't think you should base yourself and your drive and your beliefs off of that, because you could be in I know I always was in the category with it was me, it was Eve, it was Kim, it was Missy, it was all these things. When it's like once Missy in the category, you just cross your arms.
That's it. So it's always one of kind of, man. Oh, yeah,
you just kind of take a side.
It's so true.
But it was
it like that for real?
Yeah, it was never a bad thing, because Missy was our friend. We loved her.
Yes.
She worked hard. Like, this is an innovator. Like, you looking up at the screen, you see the videos, you see what she's done, and you like, man, you can't compete with her head coming off in the video and all this kind of stuff. So you just gotta chill. So it wasn't more so if you didn't win, it was like, okay, it's really, you just acknowledge you're happy to be in the category of the nomination. You're real excited. You happy. Everybody wants to win. Yeah. But if you don't win, you just amongst your peers and other women that you respect and you love, and you love their craft and stuff like that. So I don't think I ever took it in my mind like, oh, I didn't win. Okay, I'm mad. No, It wasn't that. It was like, okay, you got nominated this year. Some years you don't even get nominated, but the time that you do, you acknowledge that, you appreciate it, and if you win, we take it home for the fan. But if you don't, then it's just, you just go harder next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rico, do you care at all about awards? At the end of your career, whenever that may be, how important will winning awards have been to you in your career?
I feel like it's important because it's awards. I mean, everybody, I want to win an award for something.
Say for something.
Even if it's like best dressed or something. I don't know.
Something, like, as long as it's something.
Something, right? I don't know what the hell that, I mean, and that's just what she said about validation, just wanting to feel just like, okay, that's my thing.
Yeah.
You know? But if you don't get them, I feel like that's some of the awards are for like certain people.
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
So if you're not for those certain people, then you know what you come home to, like she said too. You know your fan base. Mm-hmm. You know they love you. You know your shows is packed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It don't really. You
Working
just keep moving. You work harder and you just keep being yourself. Cause conforming, your fans can see that too. Yeah. You don't ever want to like. That's weird.
Yeah.
Kamaiyah.
I mean, shit, hell yeah. I want all that shit. Because I feel like I got to work 10 times harder than my counterparts, so it's going to feel more victorious when I get an award. So it's like, I'm going to just keep working my ass off to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. My solidification.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah.
Okay. This question is for all of you, and Eve, we'll start with you. I'm curious if you all knew in your mind, maybe you didn't tell anybody, but did you all know that you would make it?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Yes, hold on, one at a time. We got to give you.
I think I definitely definitely had a fire. Like, for some reason, I had to keep it moving. I just knew it. Not to say that I didn't have moments in my life where it felt like maybe I should give, like, damn, maybe this shit ain't working. But even that moment was like, nah, fuck that. You've done too much. You're going too hard. Like, it had to happen. It was not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Did you always know though, or was there from the beginning you knew?
Because what else was I gonna do?
Yeah.
No, and that's the crazy shit.
What else are you gonna do?
What else am I gonna do? I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted this more than I wanted anything else ever.
Trina, did you always know that you would make it?
Yeah, like once I started, I think at first, of course, I was terrified. I was just like, okay, I'm all these guys, Trick and Ross, and they scared me. I was like, I don't want to be around y'all too long. But once I really first did the record, once I first did that first record and just like the response back, I was hiding this from my mom because I think my mom was gonna be like, what is you talking about? And so it was one of those kind of things, but just the response, and once I did it, I just knew I was gonna make it. Once I hit that stage and it was 5,000 women singing one verse that was less than a minute, I knew I was gonna make it.
Yes.
I didn't care what happened, I wasn't gonna stop. I didn't care what nobody said. I didn't care if you did, you didn't like it. If it was too nasty, don't listen, close your ears, because your mama, somebody's listening. I was gonna make it. I wasn't gonna stop. And that was the end of that. That way, it was too many people saying the same thing. I can't be, I'm like, why are you guys saying the same thing? I'm saying, this is crazy. I'm not the only one. Y'all out here is bad too. So, I just figured, yeah, okay. I got a whole mob with me. I was gonna make it. And don't get me wrong, it's definitely times and rough patches and times you feel like, oh my gosh, you up to here, you don't know if you wanna go or give up or you just wanna, but what else do you wanna do? Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing else in this world. You don't wanna walk around holding the camera. You don't wanna walk around making shoes. I don't know. You just nothing you wanna do except this. But get in that booth, get in that studio, make these records, shoot these videos, travel, tour, perform, like ignite with the fans. There's nothing else that you want to do. Once you get to that point, you know that you're gonna make it.
Yeah.
You are gonna make it.
Yeah.
It's real.
That's real. Rico, did you always know that you were gonna make it?
Yeah, I feel like I knew since I was like younger. Like I used to put on talent shows for my parents. And like, you know the little girl Zaza?
Yes.
Yeah, my mom says that I used to act like her.
Really?
On everything. That's what, like, literally. And talking to her on the phone, it's, like, weird. Because I can feel that from her. That's how it was when I was younger. I was very, like, my dad was a rapper, so I was in the studio with him all the time. And I remember, like, it would be times where my dad would be in the studio, and it'd be a room full of guys, and they'd be rapping, and my 5-year-old ass would be like, I got something. And it's just like, that's when I feel like I knew, because I was just like, how did I know to like insert myself, like I got something and be putting stuff together? And at first I thought it was gonna be poetry, and then as I got older, it was like, I had a job working at Popeyes, and I would come home from work, and I just remember like, I had a little diary, and it was like your goals and stuff, and I used to just think about crowds a lot. Like I wanted to go to festivals, and I wanted to go to Coachella, and I wanted to do all these things. And when I got booked for those festivals, like Rolling Loud and Coachella and all that shit, it was like, this is really like my 13-year-old and 7-year-old self's dream. Like we're doing this, and it was the weird hair too. Like doing the spikes, and then like it's like what is she doing? And then like next thing you know, I'm going to shows and bitches got spikes. I'm like, it's working.
It's working.
Yes. I felt so happy, and that's like the best feeling ever.
Yeah. Kamaiyah, did you always know that you were gonna make it?
Hell yeah. I think I was born for this shit, honestly. Not even on no cocky shit. Just, I hear melodies, harmonies. I've been writing music since I was like 5, 6 years old. And it was weird because like I used to watch TLC videos all day at Leah. TLC. Then I found out T-Boz was my blood cousin, and I was like, I get it now. It makes sense. This is some shit you was born to do. And then once I started, I just never stopped. I never stopped. And that's why I always tell people, this shit is not going to be easy. It's going to be a roadblock. I'm going through things in my own individual career right now that people don't even understand, and they're going to conceptualize later. But I'm never stopping, because those moments are going to define who you're going to be later. You know what I'm saying? So it's like right now, it feels like it's the end of the fucking world, but it's not. That means you're about to have a breakthrough. So you better keep fucking trucking. Some shit about to happen. And that's how I look at it. Like, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Before I got here, I was going through a pivotal moment in my life where it was like, all right, you're going to keep going to college and try to be a psychologist, or are you going to give your all to your music, and then if it don't work, this your plan B? I said, fuck this shit, and did all I could, and the next thing I knew, my first record fucking blew the fuck up, because I had that faith. I took that leap of faith, put my all into my music and my craft, and all my finances into that career. I was spending money I didn't have to put my videos on World Star. Like, fuck that, this gonna work. And it worked.
Yeah.
So that's why I always tell people, like, if you know that it's something in you and you believe it, don't let your mama, your daddy, your granny, whoever tell you can't do it, because their vision of what you should be is based upon what they couldn't do.
Yes.
Sweet.
That's real.
Yeah. Rico, you feeling that, huh?
That's so
I
real.
didn't feel that because I remember telling my mom, like, Bro, I got pregnant so young, bro. So I was the only one of my cousins. I'm the only child. And I had a kid. And my mom was just so, like, disappointed in me. And I remember, like, this might sound so crazy, but I remember telling my mom, it's okay, like, I'm gonna make double XL.
I love it. But you made it.
I made it, but this is like when iCarly was out. Like, this is like, I'm getting like 1 million views. I'm like, Mom, it's okay. I got it. And she's like, you got it all, like, wrong. Like, what are you doing? Like, this, you can do better. And I'm like, nope, this is it. This is what I want to do. And I just remember, like, coming into the industry, traveling so much, being so far from my mom and so far from my family, really like, is this working? Like, are people hearing me? Are they hearing what I'm saying? Are they really getting the therapy that I'm trying to give them? Like, that shit is, I feel that, because my parents was not riding the train. They was definitely like, you need to get off now. Like, I had a whole job. My mom had got me a job, and I remember quitting my job / getting fired.
Quitting? Wait, which one? Quitting or getting fired?
We're not gonna talk about that. But somewhere along the way that happened. And I remember my last check, I took it and I spent it on a video. And I know what you're talking about, that feeling of like, oh my God, I'm really about to spend this on this. Like, what if this don't work, nigga? I'm not going viral, what's happening? Like, and it worked, like, trusting in myself, it worked. And if you out there, it works. I'm telling you, like, it really works. That's crazy.
My mama kicked me out.
What?
My mama kicked me out. She didn't believe.
When did she kick you out?
She kicked me out right before I blew up. That's why I feel like when you're at your most vulnerable state is when you're about to have a breakthrough, because you have the most faith. And when you have faith, that's when greatness happens, right? Mm-hmm. So she wasn't fucking with it. She like, you need to do something realistic. You need to have real goals, everything. And I feel like now she regrets that shit, because look at me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want me to be all this, but Lou take care of you now? Hello? So it's like, you just got to believe in yourself.
I'm curious as to what moment it was that your parents or your family finally got it. Like, they finally understood. Because even for me, like, my mom probably has no idea what I do, and she doesn't understand it. It'll take a lot for her to get it. What was it? Was it a song on the radio maybe? Was it a 1 million view video? What was it? What was the moment where they were like, oh, okay, you guys were right?
I feel like instinctively she always knew I was different, but she was trying to combat it for her own reasons. And sometimes parents do that, you know what I'm saying? I don't hold it against her, but I just felt like she just couldn't understand my desire, because she probably had something she wanted to do that she couldn't live out because she had me and my brothers young, you know what I'm saying? So you're looking at this person do everything you probably wanted to do, and sometimes it probably is a sense of resentment, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't take nothing from it. I just knew, like, all right, I got something to prove. Like, when she kicked me out, I was like, all right, nigga, I ain't never coming back. So that's what made me really hustle 10 times harder, because I'm like, I ain't going back there, hell no. That's what she want me to do. Ain't gonna happen.
But maybe was there a moment where, like, she heard your song on the radio? Or?
She always knew. Like, my mama, this ain't nothing new. Like, I've been in the studio since I was like 8 years old. So it's not like she's like, oh, my baby can rap. No, she knew. Everybody who know me knew. It's like, it's a matter of time for that little nigga to do something, because she different.
Would you be where you are today, you think, if your mom didn't kick you out of the house?
No. I think anything that happens in your life happens to define who you're going to be.
Yeah.
And if you look at it any other way, you're just a negative-ass person. Like, you just got to take them lows.
Yeah. This is for all of you. I'm curious as to what you all want your legacy to be when this is all said and done.
I don't know. I can't go there yet. I'm still trying to be a better human being. Like, I'm still trying to be better for the world, the earth, the people. Like, I have a lot to do. So I'm just not there yet. I couldn't answer.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think me too. I think we still have a lot of stuff to do. Not just musically, just in life. Like, so much more stuff to do before you just feel like, oh, your legacy is way over here, and you like sitting in your rocking chair with your feet up, watching everybody else that you love. I think it's just like so much more stuff that you want to complete first, and you feel, okay, good. Now I can feel like this is my legacy. I want you guys, this is what I'm leaving for you guys to know. Like, give us a little more time, then we could come back. That's a big question.
Learning.
Yeah, it's so much stuff I still don't know. You still haven't learned everything. You haven't done everything.
Listening.
You still watching new stuff. Like, oh, I got that from them. They did some new stuff that we wasn't able to do back then. So, just stuff that you want to continue to learn and take on with you before we Because I don't know. I still have a lot more to do. I'm thinking
Rico,
every day.
Kamaiyah, have you guys even begun to think about your legacy and what you would like it to be?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, we got one, y'all.
Hell yeah. I need platinum plex.
Okay.
I need top 10 records.
Okay.
I need Grammys.
Uh-huh.
I need millions of dollars. I need multi-businesses. Like, I need all that. 'Cause it's
And
like,
every one of these had the S on there. They're all plurals.
absolutely, because
Grammys, millions.
generational wealth. That's the biggest thing. Like, I'm not building this platform for me. I'm sacrificing myself so my family behind me is good forever. That's what it's all about.
Okay, for the fam. And this is my last question. I'm curious as to what you all want people to do, how you want people to change the way they kind of absorb women in hip hop. What can we do better as a community to be more welcoming of women in hip hop?
It's changing. Like, we're there. I don't know if, I mean, personally, I'm sure there's definitely more to do always, but I think obviously doing things like this, having people talk, conversation, like, but shit, we're so much further than when we were out. Like, it's so much further.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Way much further than when we first started. Because again, when we started, we were like all like this. So it was a little different than when it got spaced out. And then now I feel like, but again, things like this, these kind of events, like bringing more women together with more voices, more platforms, hearing each and every person's different views and how they think about things and their stories and going back into what's, bringing them up into the culture. I feel like that the unity of the females is really important. I feel like it will give a better platform so women can stop being so complacent and catty and negative and rude and annoying, because women are the most annoying, rude people on the internet today. When you look at women, no, I'm being honest. When you look at social media and the life today, you really see more women down and more women being more negative to women than anybody else. That to me is disgusting. Yeah. Because I'm a person like this. I'm going to give every woman whatever props. I don't care if it's something I don't like. Keep it strolling. You don't have to say something. You don't have to be negative. You don't have to tear somebody down. All that's a lot of negative, toxic, bad air. We need to let that go in 2019 and bring in some fresh, refreshing air for 2020 and keep all these women like unified and together and like pumping up good energy for the next generations and generations. That's what I think.
All right, everyone, thank you for coming out. Please give it up one more time for Kamaiyah, Rico, Trina, and Eve.